A sunny afternoon here in Manchester. We have the UCFB, Manchester and Wembley first teams up against each other in the Clash of the Titans. I'm Christy Scanlon. I'm here with Harry Dawson. Before we go into details, Harry, I'm going to give the listeners and viewers at home an overview of the starting lineup. Starting off with the home team, Manchester, we have Parsons in goal, Palmer Dingle at right back, Lachlan in the defence, Woodhouse, Blair, Samsung, Holdridge, Penal, Moore, and Lopez up front. For the visitors, Wembley, we have Gordon in goal, Gross, Lake Bryan, Fowler, Majubi, Sese, Shorter, Pedris, Rotimi, Gilardo, and Chaparro up top. A fantastic spectacle as the both teams prepare. Manchester are in their famous white t-shirts with yellow and black shorts. The visitors Wembley are in their blue jerseys with red shorts. Looking forward to this one, Harry.
Yeah, obviously it's great weather, lovely sunshine, clouded over a bit now, but it's a great occasion. It coming at the end of the season for both sides. So hopefully we'll see plenty of goals and a feisty atmosphere and occasion.
Absolutely. As the second team's fixture is continuing on the AstroTurf on the far end, you'll notice during the game that there'll be more fans attending this spectacle as we kick off with Manchester attacking right to left and Wembley obviously attacking to this left-hand side. There's a slight breeze in the air. We should not really implement the game, considering the fact here at Curzon Ashton we have two stands breaking up that wind. As the referees speaks to the two captains here, Thomas Moore, obviously leading striker for the Manchester team, will toss to see who has kick and what size will be taken where. A fantastic spectacle, lovely weather here in Manchester as we proceed with this one. Anyone to look out for?
I think you've just named him there, Captain Tom Moore, top scorer. He's been bagging goals for fun this season. I think he's got 2 or 3 hat tricks. He just knows how to finish, and he knows the runs that he needs to make to score those goals. I think in midfield, TJ Sampson goes about his business very well, breaking up play as well. So he's one to look out for too.
Number 15 there. What's his name? As the teams line up, we're ready to take on this second fixture here at Curzon Ashton. As Holdridge kicks off for Manchester on this fantastic surface here at Curzon Ashton. The referee blows the whistle as we proceed this first game between the firsts in over a year. I remember last year it went down to penalty kicks, this one. So hopefully it's a little bit more of a opportunity to see more goals and more opportunities as the ball goes forward with a strong tackle there by Woodhouse at the back there for UCFB Manchester.
Yeah, you can see they're not trying to let the game settle, trying to get the early tackle in, win the first crunching tackle. You know, they're not playing lightly here.
A few minutes into this first encounter, and again a physical battle as Wembley have an opportunity to create something here on this far side. Shorter receives the ball here on this right side, whips it in to try and find the left-handed side. Little bit of a challenging one for Parsons in goal, and it's going to be a Wembley corner. Wembley set up again, quite physical encounter in the middle as this right-footed outswinger corner comes into play. Again, didn't necessarily meet the expected target. However, a little bit of a threat there from Wembley. Hopefully, that's more to see what we could encounter within this game. As both teams set up, and Parson takes the goal kick.
Yeah, we'll just see here them setting up into their shape. Usual 3 at the back with the wing backs pushing on the UCFB Manchester side. Just taking it short here to Harvey Woodhouse, who looks to go long, and Wembley retain the ball.
So again, a physical encounter there as Wembley pick up this ball down this left-hand side. Woodhouse clears for Manchester. Again, a little bit of a sloppy play so far. Ball's in the air. Holdridge tries to take the ball down, but the ball comes down to Gross on this far-hand side for Wembley.
It looks as though both sides have set up in a similar shape with three at the back. I think two wide centre backs. Be interesting to see how that plays out with whether they're matched up or not. See who.
Here is Manchester trying to defend this Wembley attack as the ball comes wide onto his left-hand side. Again, patient play by Wembley as the ball goes back to the goalkeeper Gordon, who goes long. And again, Moore tries to close down the prolific goal scorer for Manchester. A little bit messy so far, as anticipated in this first 5 minutes. Blair plays to Woodhouse, who tries to be patient with his play. Be interesting to see how they set up here as a little bit of an opportunity to play down this left-hand side. Again, very left to right so far. As Manchester try to regain it, but again, lose possession. And the ball goes long to an offside position for the forward there.
Just in the early encounters of this game, it just seems like both sides can't necessarily get the ball to stick. Yeah.
Ball goes up into play. Moore is there to try and take it down. Lopez is there as well. Ball comes out wide here to the left-hand side. Here's Palmer Dingle. Blair plays it into Woodhouse. Harvey Woodhouse tries to knock one in down this right-hand side. Again, a little bit too heavy, and the ball goes out to a throw-in for Wembley in this far left-hand corner. 5 minutes gone so far. If you're just joining us, it's Wembley 0, Manchester 0 on this fantastic day here at Curzon Ashton. Beautiful skies, a little bit of a breeze in the air, but a beautiful day for football. As Woodhouse is strong with the challenge again, and again the ball goes long to try and find Thomas Moore. Ball headed here to Lake Bryan, and that's out of play from a little bit of a reckless shot by Palmer Dingle. Goal kick then for Wembley as they set up in a 4-3-3 formation. Forwards are quite tight here in terms of their shape. None of you can see from your footage there as they play out from the back here. And Moore tries to win the ball through a high press. Again, intercepted there by Palmer Dingle. And again, a positive start from a pressing perspective. And I'm sure coaches Wayne and Kev will be happy with that one. Right down. Strong challenge there as Wembley tried to counter in this occasion here. As the ball goes down on the left-hand side, a little bit too much of a heavy touch there. And the ball's out to play and regrouped by Manchester. 0-0. Again, very physical in that centre, as it's easily played out to this left-hand side here for Manchester. Again, a lot of interruptions, a lot of physical activity. The refs gave a free kick to Manchester. He let the play continue fairly, actually, over these last 5 to 10 minutes. However, it will be a Manchester free kick and an opportunity to create some form of danger going into the captain Moore.
Yeah, it just looks like Manchester have had slightly more of the ball, slightly more of an emphasis at goal so far, and hopefully a promising free kick here as ioLIVE whips one in.
ioLIVE whips one in, tries to find someone in the middle. Again, a little bit of a ricochet. Moore's in there. Moore's had a go at goal. Good save by the goalkeeper, Gordon. And a little bit of a threat by the Manchester team as they counter-attack Wembley. Here's the left-hand side here for Wembley. Here's Rotimi. Tries to find a 1-2 with his counterpart. However, Manchester regroup the ball and an opportunity to create some form of attack. Left to right here. Exciting half so far. As Penal regroups the ball and settles it down for Manchester. Great opportunity by Moore.
Yeah, I suppose that you just need a little bit more composure in those situations. It fell to him in a tight, enclosed area in the box, and he's just got one split second to think about it, and unfortunately he couldn't find the corner. But promising start for UCFB Manchester.
Here's Manchester down on the right-hand side. Again, the Geth has blown on, gave it advantage, no foul there. As Gordon, the goalkeeper for Wembley, will take the goal kick. Again, as mentioned, a bit of a physical altercation so far, as probably anticipated at this university. You know, emotions are high, rivalry's high. And obviously, we mentioned last year the penalty kicks and the 2-0 deficit that was lost by Manchester. There'll be an opportunity to try and regroup and try and create something in this game, especially on home soil.
Yeah, you'd like to think there'd be a bit more of an atmosphere as this game goes on. We've still got the second team playing on the other pitch, as you say, being on home soil. It's a good win by Isaac Lopez, and Tom Moore could be in here. No, cut out well by the Wembley defence here. But yeah, I think it's been a promising start by the Manchester side so far. But as we say, they just need that extra something.
Both teams need to settle here as Manchester try and create something at the attack.
Wembley here playing out from the back, plays it long up top, and they win the ball for a throw in their opponent's half.
Okay, so just for those listening and viewing, any of you joining, it's 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton between the clash of the Titans, I say, the two first teams here in Manchester. As Kilcunnan wins a free kick for Wembley and an opportunity to potentially swing one in here in these first stages of this first half.
Yeah, interesting to see what they can do here. Manchester had a similar opportunity about probably 5 minutes or so ago through ioLIVE's free kick, which ended up with Tom Moore's best chance of the game as they whip it in, and it's away by the first man, Dylan Palmer-Diggle.
Ref continues to play on as the ball goes out for a throw on that far hand side. As mentioned, lovely conditions, and obviously the second game still playing on the far hand side here at Curzon Ashton. We anticipate a bit of a bigger crowd here as the game grows, and hopefully the quality of the play grows so far. There's been a lot of long balls, physical battles. I'm sure that because we've got a few technical difficulties here in Manchester. However, you haven't missed much. It's 0-0 still here at Curzon Ashton. The clash of the Titans between both first team teams has been a physical altercation so far. However, one that is going to excite us as this game grows. You are joined by Harry Dawson, co-commentator, and myself, Christy Scanlon, commentating on this match as both teams try to settle to winning ways here. Still 0-0. As Penal picks up the ball and Lake Bryan tries to create something here for Wembley. Chiparo not necessarily seen success on that far hand side as live ball, and it's a throw in for Manchester. Penal with his physical strength there into Moore potentially. Ball cleared. A little bit of a head tennis so far during this game. Try to create some form of calmness. Here's Lai. Number 12. Oh, no, Gil Cullen. Here's Gil Cullen. Ball whipped in by Wembley. Targets in the middle. Goes for drift. And couldn't quite find Fowler there at that far left-hand side. And again, a promising sign for Wembley on away soil, on what they could create when that ball is wide. Again, strategy could be potentially from those wide angles. We'd be interested to see how this one plays out, Harry.
Yeah, well, it's an encouraging sign that they could get that ball across the box. We want someone on the end of that, but encouraging signs for them. Manchester won't be too worried. One got on the end of it, but it's a promising sign for them. However, we're still waiting for our first breakthrough this afternoon.
Parson goes long with his left foot from goalkeeper. Again, referee's in the way a little bit, and he's paused the game because of that. Be interesting to see what he does there. Potential drop ball, maybe, as Manchester were in possession. And Manchester have regained the ball here with Woodhouse as he goes long to that left-hand side to find Lai, and does find him. And there might be a potential opportunity here for Manchester as Lopez picks up this ball on this left-hand side. Lachlan. Into Lai. Can he get the ball over? Yes, he can. Moore's in the middle, but then collects easily well by Gordon for Wembley as he tries to play it from the back quickly into this wide area with Fowler. Again, good interception from Palmer Dingle, who could not keep the ball into play. And it's going to be a Wembley throw-in on this left-hand side. Opportunity possibly there, but wasn't capitulated. Well, wasn't necessarily done effectively and as smoothly as potentially as being.
Yeah, as we see the play break up again. There's been lots of stoppages in play, hasn't there? You can tell these lads are fighting for every ball here. Fowler's going to get another opportunity to crash one in from the left-hand side, and we'll see what he can do with this free kick.
Fowler with his left foot sets one up as he speaks to Chaparro. To apologise for that. As Fowler knocks one in, goalkeepers come out, and again a little bit too heavy there by Fowler, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. Ball goes long. We get back into the feet of Parson as he plays it short to Woodhouse. Here's Blair for Manchester. Blair goes long into an attacking zone, possibly, and that's good play by the number 5, Majubi, for Wembley as the ball goes out for another goal kick here on this fine afternoon.
Yeah, it was good defensive play there from Wembley. Majubi closing out play there. Looked a promising ball in from Will Blair down the line to Palmer Dingle, but unfortunately Manchester just couldn't make anything of it.
And a lot of communication at the back there between Palmer Dingle and Woodhouse as this ball's going to go long. Interesting, as the second fixture saw a lot of playing out from the back. However, this one seems to be a bit of a long ball tactical game by both coaches here at Curzon. Lopez regains the ball well there, using his physical strength as the ball goes long by London into Moore. And the ball is an opportunity. Into Lopez from this left-hand side. Crosses over, back over to Penal. Assist by the prolific goal scorer.
That was a wonderfully worked move, you have to say, into the feet of Will Pennell, and he played a fantastic ball around the corner to Isaac Lopez. He then tried to play it back across, and the ball ends up at Tom Moore's feet. You're begging for him to just blast it into that top left-hand corner, and he's just a couple of yards to the left of that. And yeah, it's another opportunity missed, but I'm sure he'll get some more.
Absolutely, a miss he'll be thinking about quite significantly considering his goal to game ratio this season with Manchester. But I'm sure there'll be more for the goal scorer to try and create something and rectify that mistake or that missed shot that was not necessarily on target. Here's more again into Pennell. Tries to do a 1-2. Pennell receives a foul, and that'll be a free kick for UCFB Manchester. Looks like Lai setting this one up. Am I right there, Harvey? Oh, sorry, Harry.
You would be right. I think it's now Will Blair standing over it.
Will Blair
So a
stepping up
slight
on this
change
one,
there.
which again, it'd be interesting to see from a tactical point of view. Again, speaking to Wayne Goodison, the coach there, while setting that one up, Blair. His two hands are in the air. Could be one off the training ground, this one.
More lights, isn't it?
Blair knocks one in. Woodhouse is up, clips it on, and Pennell's offside. Something off the training ground there, Harry. Potentially something that could have been done.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. That it looked like there was some kind of offside trap going on where they were standing beyond the final line and looking to come back on, looking for that ball inside.
Then we go into Rotimi. Again, a missed opportunity by the forward. And again, a potential opportunity that he might be kicking himself with. Again, a bit scruffy on that build-up play. Goes into the striker. Rotimi, who unfortunately just could not get a clear strike on the ball. There'll be a different tactic this phase of play as Manchester goes short, playing out from the back. Ball goes long into Pennell. Flicked on into Moore. Flag stays down. And the flag's gone up, which won't be allowed. Tom Moore finishes, however, that one's disallowed. And it did look from this angle, from the television side, offside. What do you think, Harry?
I think, to be honest, I couldn't say whether that was onside or not. But I think it's a great finish. Listen, he's made that run perfectly. Whether he's a yard in front or not, I'll have to see about that later. But it's a great finish, and he's done his job there, and for the official to rule it out.
It did look from this angle, he was probably a yard off. However, from the replays, we could maybe have a look back at that just to see if that was true or not. But the linesman was quick to let the play go. However, did raise his flag a little bit late. It'd be interesting to see why, just because of the fact that there's no VAR in this fixture. I don't know if he's been watching too much Premier League, the linesman, but seems to have played on. A little bit scruffy in the middle there. Samsung collects, again, left to right with the ball in the air, but seems to have been controlled and calmed a little bit more by Lopez there. There's a little bit of a 1-2 by Woodhouse. The ball goes wide to this left-hand side. Lachlan into Lai. Lai tries to take his man on as Tom Moore comes deep. And the ball goes to this left-hand side here with Holdridge, who tries to create some opportunity as Lopez collects the ball. Holdridge into Pennell. Again, the physical strength of the forward. Tries to get one in as Wembley defend significantly well and win a throw-in at that far end. 0-0. If you're joining on the live stream, it's 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. A tight affair, very physical battle. A lot of long balls being played. I'm sure we're due to witness a thriller here as both first teams meet at this varsity tournament. As Moore receives the ball on this far-hand side down the left. Tries to find Lopez, cleared well by Wembley. Lai picks up the ball. Seems a little bit of a threat, Lai. Can he keep that in? No, he can't. And that's a goal kick to Wembley. Again, an attacking attempt by Lai, but could not seem to get that ball under control as Wembley and Manchester regroup for this goal kick.
I wonder if we'll be able to see a bit more promising play. The wind seems to have settled a little bit, and the sun's come out might be a problem for the goalkeepers this one actually, but it might help some of the lads get the ball on the floor a bit, and be a problem for the goalkeepers this one actually, but it might help some of the lads get the ball on the floor a bit and play some more football.
Gordon goes long for Wembley. Samson body slams the ball as it goes out to play on that far hand stand here at Curzon Ashton. Here's more. Holdridge tries to find Pennell. Again, physical strength of Pennell seems to be the target here for UCFB Manchester. Holdridge picks up that ball, sets one up for a strike. Bit of a ricochet as Wembley clear. And it seems that Manchester are putting the pressure on Wembley. As Woodhouse challenges Gilardi there at the front of Wembley to try and create an opportunity in an attacking phase. Still 0-0. Shuffle down there. That's it. Lopez clears. Chaparro tries to go wide. And again, Lai intercepts, goes long to find more. The numbers here, there. Woodhouse goes long again. And again, Gordon collects that as the two centre-backs for Wembley, Gross and Majubi set up to potentially receive the ball on this right-hand side. Ball goes long. Cleared by Woodhouse. Majubi into the forwards. Lopez travels with the ball. Physical strength shown there by Lopez as Majubi collects the ball for Wembley and tries to play it from the back. Physical alteration again in the middle as Samson plays back to the goalkeeper to reset. Still 0-0 if you are joining. The first fixture here at Varsity finished 3-2 to Wembley. So as it stands, it's 1-0 to Wembley overall as the ball gets played in to Chaparro, but unfortunately that one's offside. So you'll notice on the camera, you'll notice that a few more have joined this fixture, and we anticipate more to join as the first fixture has been complete. As mentioned a moment ago, that finished 3-2 to Wembley, so that means that Wembley are 1-0 up in this Varsity tournament. It's best of 3, as we have this first team fixture here at Curzon Ashton on the pitch, followed by the women's at 3 o'clock today. So Wembley throw-in, Manchester throw-in, as Gross collects and ricochets off more for a Wembley possession. A little bit of a scruffy game so far. Both teams trying to settle. Seems quite physical. But you'd be interested to see how this one fares out.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the main opportunities come through for Manchester through more. I think there's been a couple of half chances for Wembley, but really the home side, Manchester, should be leading as Wembley go up the other end here.
Chaparro here on the right hand side for Wembley tries to find the man in the middle. Rotimi could not connect well as the ball was cleared by the Manchester defence. Again, shows good strength and physical battle there. Good defending from both teams in terms of that phase of play. Kilcullen will take the throw in for Wembley. And will look to attack. But unfortunately, the ball's out of play. Still 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. As Moore collects to find Lopez. And they get a good interception by Pedrith. Pedriths. Yeah.
Pedriths. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Here's Blair. Woodhouse. A little bit of a nervy moment for the goalkeeper there, Parsons. Wembley have the ball in this final third.
Wembley trying to up the ante there, closing down Parsons. 3 of them closing in on him, and they're obviously trying to nick one before half time.
Fowler on this left-hand side. It'll be a Manchester throw-in on this far end here. Still 0-0 as both teams try to unlock each other to create an opportunity to score. Ball into Moore, which is won by Wembley. Lopez hacks it clear. Bit of an opportunity to create something from Wembley, which is cleared. Majubi into the forwards. Lopez tries to clear and has a go by the number 14. Gilradi, again, showing his threat in some areas, but can't seem to just get a full contact on that ball to try and phase the Manchester goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's a surprisingly good effort that. Not that nothing against the player, just it looked a very difficult scenario to get a shot on target. A comfortable save for Jake Patterson in the Manchester goal, but Wembley just starting to get a little eye in here, and obviously looking to put the pressure on before half time.
Lai tries to play out as Kilcullen receives and wins a throw-in on that far end where coaches Wayne Goodison and Kev Hodgson are. Now there's an opportunity here with Paynon. Holds the ball up quite well. Great defending, fantastic defending by Gross. And again, that's a brilliant physical altercation there and a great battle between the two.
Yeah, Wembley just winning there physically. They've got themselves a free kick on halfway. As we say, it's been a very physical battle so far, and long may that continue. By the looks of things, the wind's picking up as well. So, yeah, a lot to fight for here.
Still a sunny day here in Tameside as the ball goes long by Wembley to create an opportunity. The ball is cleared. Ball's kept alive on this right-hand side as Lai defends that for Manchester. And there might be an opportunity here for Wembley to create something here. Back on it. It's offside. And again, a great opportunity there from Rotimi to have a go to try and create something. We are joined by co-commentator Jay. It's definitely giving a Wembley perspective. What are your thoughts so far on this match?
Well, thank you, Chrissy. I've just literally turned up, so a little bit scrappy from when I'm walking across. There's been a few chances, but not too much to threaten. 0-0. Just come across to the men's second game. 3-2 Wembley win. That makes Wembley 1-0 up at Varsity, leading to obviously 2 massive games for the Academy and then the women's at 3 o'clock.
So it sets up for a great affair here at Tameside, Greater Manchester. Curzon Ashton's home pitch here as Woodhouse plays it out wide to Lai to try and create something. Is penal. Back into Lai down this left-hand side, cleared away by the number 5. That's a fantastic turn by Gilradi. Still going as Lopez closed down, gets the crossover. Again, Woodhouse seems to be a bit rash there with his clearance, but when in doubt,
when in doubt, kick it out, as you say. It takes no nonsense.
It'll be like Jay back in his prime, right?
Never. All started from Kieran. Kieran's made a few international appearances for his country this year. So really impressed with Kieran and his performance for the academy over this season. But Wembley seems to be edging it ever so slightly. But we are on an attack for Manchester.
Aldridge tries to knock one into Penal, who wins it well and holds the ball up quite well into Samsung down this right-hand side for Manchester as Palmer Dingle tries to create something. Men joining Palmer Dingle, and he wins a corner for UCFB Manchester. And again, a good counter-attack from the Etihad, from the Manchester campus. Do apologise, not the Etihad campus. From the Manchester campus to try and create an attacking phase and an attacking opportunity.
Yeah, Lai coming over onto our near side to take this corner. As you say, Manchester looking to create an attacking opportunity. The game's kind of swung to Wembley's way in the past 10-15 minutes since Tom Moore's last killer chance. But we'll see what they can produce from this corner as Lai looks to curl one in.
No form of opportunity in that middle. Tom Moore comes short, ball goes in. And a bit of a connection then from a UCFB defender. Looked like, was it Penal?
I think it was Will Pennell.
Penal?
Yeah.
But couldn't really necessarily get
on top
of that. Harry, I do apologise. I thought that was a centre-back, but no, it was the strong attacking forward that couldn't create that one. Chaparro, physical strength and a good strong play there by Holdridge. Again, a very physical demonstration there of the altercations that have happened so far on this first half. Some more challenges. And that'll be a Wembley throw down this left-hand side. Still 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. As Fowler picks up the ball to find a blue shirt. Bit of an altercation between Pedithris and Lopez in that middle. And it's going to be a yellow jersey free kick here.
Lachlan not afraid of getting stuck in there as he pushes his Wembley counterpart away. Looks like Harvey Woodhouse is shaping up for a long kick here.
Harvey Woodhouse with the long kick then. Tries to find a yellow jersey as the ball gets played back into Lopez. He tries to set one up, but again, Wembley defend well. Into Lai. Good defending by the Blues. And that's going to be a Wembley throw-in. How have you assessed the blue team so far? Obviously, Wembley playing on away soil, Jay. Anyone to keep an eye out for those watching on the live stream in regards to who could maybe break the deficit here?
First of all, my first visit to this great stadium. So thank you for letting us use this facility. Wembley Academy aren't used to playing on grass. At SJP, we've got 4G or 5G, as Rob would call it. So it's going to be difficult. But listen, every team's got to adapt. As for players, Naz is a really good player. Kieran at the back has been absolutely fantastic. Josh in the middle there, and Sayu as well with his skills that could come on and threaten the second half. Hopefully we can see a bit of game time from him. I heard there's a bit of an injury there, but James is managing that. So yeah, just really boys, be really positive, be confident. But then again, we've got to sit in and dig deep when we have to, because the Manchester Academy are, I would say, are a better squad and a better team than Wembley.
Lopez picks the ball, tries to find Lai. Again, Wembley regroup in that midfield. Holdridge strong with his challenge into Moore. Here's Samsung with a strong challenge there by Fowler.
Ex-teammate.
Yeah, ex-teammate who's committed the foul there. And it'd be interesting to see what the ref says to him. It looks like he's got his cards in his hands from Fowler. And that's going to be the first yellow card of today during this game.
Yeah, Fowler did make the transition from Manchester to Wembley, I believe, last summer. So there's a bit of a rivalry there. He wasn't afraid to put his foot in there. Strong challenge, and he's been punished by the referee. Perhaps a bit harsh for a friendly game, but each to their own.
Yes, Lai sets this one up then, left-footed on this left-hand side. Interesting to see what Lopez and Thomas Moore do there in terms of blocking the goalkeeper's vision? Possibly looks like something that has been worked on
Well,
from the training ground here.
yeah, we saw this before, didn't we, on a set piece where they were kind of loitering on the 6-yard line. It looks like they're trying to draw someone out, doesn't it?
Lai has his two hands up in the air. Left peg, in we go. Tries to find an attacker into Holdridge, which goes out for a goal kick. Interesting one, Jay.
Yeah, obviously Kev knows his stuff, so yeah, no comment. Yeah, no comment.
And that's your Wembley perspective, ladies and gentlemen, for those listening at home. No comments is said by Jay Welsh here. It's still 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. We're still waiting for a goal. And to be fair, from a commentary perspective, it'd be nice to see one. Hopefully for the Manchester side. Free kick to Manchester on that far left-hand side.
Oh, cards in the pocket, ref.
We hear our first kind of crowd action of the match so far as they all jeer handball, and the referee's two yellow cards and probably as many minutes as he looks to punish the Wembley side.
Absolutely, seems to be that the referee likes to. He's not afraid to use his cards. Bit of a harsh one, that, Jay.
Yeah, at least had a chat with the player there, but probably felt a little bit of abuse towards him and kind of keep the player shut.
Comes out, bit of a punch, comes out to Samson, who tries to line one up to have a go. Intercepted by the Wembley defence. A little bit of a nudge, possibly. The game plays on. It's the crowd. Seem to be jeering it up. Opportunity to play, advantage is gone. Majubi here on this left-hand side. Kieran Majubi might have a go, possibly. He does have a go, and it's high wide and not at all handsome. And there we go, first half here at Curzon Ashton Stadium. It remains 0-0. A bit of a tight affair, very physical affair. But it'll be an interesting one from a tactical and technical point of view to see what both coaches do here during this first encounter. As it stands, it's 0-0, and we'll be back shortly for the second half. Yeah, same. I'm kind of like, oh, beyond the gantry, but that's only for this game, not the other one. Yeah, you did a great job so far. Stream looks really good. Cheers. Nice one, always.
This is a bit where I perform very well.
So if you're just joining us here at Curzon Ashton for this first team affair between Manchester and Wembley, it's currently 0-0 here at the interval. A lot of changes, a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities so far. However, no team has been clinical enough to create an opportunity to go ahead. Physical altercations from both sides. Battles won in the middle. Challenges throughout the pitch, but at the moment it's a close encounter which remains 0-0. We'll be resuming shortly once the teams have had their half-time break. But at the moment here at Curzon Ashton in Tameside, Manchester, it is 0-0. Okay, for those that are joining here on this live stream, it currently remains 0-0. We have a couple of fans attending there on the far side. If you can see on your picture, you'll see on the left-hand side of that stand, there's a couple of fans joining in. You'll also notice that on the previous stream, along this stream, where UCFB's matches have taken place, the first game was 3-2 to Wembley. Wembley went 2-0 into the first half, 2-0 up. Words on the street is that Manchester came back to bring that level into 2-2, and obviously Wembley have gone on to won that. The women's team, which kicks off at 3 o'clock, is setting up shortly. You'll notice that on the other streams as well. You can also find that if you wish to watch that. However, if you want to continue watching this live coverage with myself, Christy Scanlon, as commentator, along with Harry Dawson, stay tuned, as this game is a tight affair and it remains 0-0 at half time. We've got a fan here. Elliot, what are your thoughts on the game so far? Have you enjoyed the game so far? What are your thoughts going into the second half?
It's been a scrappy affair. Lots of tackles flying in. Obviously, the yellow cards for Danny. But I think at the minute, it could end up being a 1-0 game. Any goal can nick it, and I do not know which team that could be.
Yeah, real good observation there, Elliot, in terms of how this game might go. Yeah, and Elliot is right in terms of the scrappy nature of the physicality of this game. You'll notice that a lot of the ball time has gone out to play. It'd be interesting to see what the analysis, Conor McKillick over on that right-hand side of the pitch, thinks of this in terms of that analysis of keeping the ball down and trying to be creative from a Manchester perspective. From a Wembley perspective, what do you think the thoughts might be going into this game? Obviously, coming in as a bit of an underdog, as Jay Walsh mentioned, and a bit of a little bit of a challenging fair play in a way. What do you think what they might think of going into this half-time interval, Elliot?
They've obviously set up in a way to disrupt the Manchester team from getting the ball down and playing, which by giving away a lot of free kicks, getting out for throw-ins, and it seems to work. It seems to have worked this half. But if they want to go on and win, they're going to need to keep getting up the pitch more, trying to test Jake in goal for the Manchester team, and just trying to get something from the game at least. Obviously, they've had a few hindrances with a lot of players missing, but they should still have that confidence to go out there and get the win in the end.
And also, similar question to you then, Harry, in terms of where do you think this game might go? What do you think both managers will be saying in the dressing room at half time?
I think Kev and Wayne will just be encouraging the lads to keep on going. I think it was a promising display for the first half an hour or so. They created plenty of chances, just needed one of them to end up in the back of the net. But in terms of a Wembley perspective, I think they'll be looking to get more efforts on goal. I think if they can get a bit, as Elliot was saying, I think if they can get a bit further up the pitch and push for more chances, I think they just need to create a bit more.
As it stands 0-0 here as we have entered the half-time period. And as it stands overall, Wembley are winning this Varsity tournament 1-0 as they won the first fixture between the two seconds. It seems a classic affair in terms of what has been said. And obviously for you watching at home on this live stream, you can find the highlights of that by checking that out on the other YouTube live stream. And we wait patiently for this second half as both teams have gone into the dressing room to talk tactics, talk over what could be their next move going into the second half. So we'll wait patiently and we'll proceed with the second half soon.
You did mention sheep actually. Yeah, like mate, if I food around, I know obviously Sophie she always wants to do something like but if you want to do something that'd be a little bit more sort of like free to experiment and do a few more things with, especially in terms of as well, because obviously filter like a cat food what's over there, obviously sort of like implement yourself creatively, so that's absolutely fine. suppose like obviously going to Fulham and what happened, but I think you already know them like you you know like what and at the end of the day it just goes to show where you're at as well.
It might be easy, but it's not comfortable.
Okay, so as the UCFB Manchester team come out in their yellow strips here for this second half, and as Wembley enter the pitch in their blue to red shorts, we are anticipating a fantastic next 45 minutes, a game that could potentially even go to extra time depending on the score. As it stands, it's still 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. No changes have been done just of yet, and be interesting to see some tactical movement or some informational processes going into this second half as we anticipate a fine game as the referee comes out and the lads set up. The linesmen take their place as they check the goals, and we anticipate a fantastic fixture.
Yeah, a bit of a very physical first half we witnessed there, and we look forward to hopefully welcoming the same in the second half. Hopefully a bit more goalmouth action, and yeah, hopefully Manchester pull through. Though anyone from Wembley watching will probably be swearing at the screen right now because I've said that. But yeah, let's hope some goals in the second half mainly.
Okay, as we go into this second period, the ref has been ready. Is he?
Yeah.
For who?
I think we're in his store.
I'll just note it there. As the game kicks off this second half, the ball goes long by Wembley to try and create an opportunity here.
That was foul.
Yeah.
I think it's Nista.
You're just gonna guess.
Yes. Because that's it, that number 6 isn't injured.
Manchester regroup the ball here. Here's Lachlan tries to play it from the back as Wembley attack here with the ball into the middle. And there's a challenge and a shout for handball. A little bit of a tight one there. But the ref seems to proceed with that as the Wembley team seem to react significantly with that phase of play. Manchester try and create something out of it as Gross highlights the ball out. Thoughts on that, Harry? Thoughts on that, Harry?
I think it just hit his midriff, hit somewhere in his chest, stomach area, but you can see the penalty shots there. It wasn't clear from where we are standing, but very passionate shouts from Wembley there for a penalty.
Into Moore tries to create something, and again the ball goes out of play. Still that threat there when Lopez does his long throw into Moore, and again the two forwards at the top try and create something for Manchester in these early stages. If you're joining us live on the stream, it's 0-0 here at Curzon Ashton. A tight affair as Wembley try and play it for the back here. Calls for the ball to go out of play as Lachlan closes down Gallardo. Ball goes into Pennell, into Holdridge. Manchester regroup, playing out from the back. Again, a little bit of a messy affair so far as Holdridge regroups the ball. Comes out wide to this right-hand side here for Manchester as the ball gets played into Lopez. And that's an interception by Majubi for Wembley. Lopez again. Lopez again with the long throw, possibly trying to create some form of threat going into this second half for Manchester as the ball comes in into Pennell. Back out to Lopez. Ball comes in into Moore, flicks on, and it's gone in. And it's Lachlan for UCFB Manchester that takes the lead here. A ricochet in the middle as the rain enters the pitch. But it's Lachlan who anticipates the ball and scores for Manchester.
Lovely ball in. I think it was from it was Pennell or Moore, one of the two, and the other one has great header on goal and good save by Gordon, but he can't do anything to keep out the efforts of Lachlan on the rebound.
The big centre back finishes significantly well. The Northern Irish centre back who anticipated that. And again, if you were backing a goal scorer today, you'd probably be the less likely one for this tie. However, due to the nature of the goal, he's took it superbly. And it's 1-0 Manchester here at Curzon Ashton. As the ball goes long by Wembley to try and create something. Lopez again picks up the ball to try and find more. Off his head, seems to control it well into Pennell. Pennell has an opportunity to create something. And again, good defending again by Wembley just to put that one off.
Yeah, Pennell just couldn't quite get that one under control. Great link-up play again from himself and Tom Moore, following a fantastic ball down the right-hand side there.
1-0 here as the deadline is broken. Lachlan, the centre-back for Manchester, finishes significantly for the first team here. The rain has stopped since that moment. Maybe the rain's good luck here, Harry. Holbridge holds the ball up. Out wide with the cross to try and find more. Gordon collects well.
Swallowed up by the keeper, that one. Palmer-Digger, I suppose, wants a bit more curl on that to direct it towards Tom Moore at the front post. But UCFB Manchester have come out the second half much the stronger side, and Wembley just want to look after themselves here because they need to get a foothold back in this game. 1-0 down now.
Absolutely, as the ball goes long by Gordon. And again, strong by the two Manchester. Kilcunnan for Wembley. Tries to knock one in and wins a throw-in. On this right-hand side, Chaparro will take the throw-in as Wembley get men in the box. A little bit of a miss throw. And again, good defending into Moore. Kilcunnan receives, wins the ball back, and it's a throw-in for Manchester. Positive start, a bit more entertainment this first half. And it's going to be a throw-in. Lachlan in strong. Woodhouse clears for Manchester to try and find Pennell, and a bit of a counter-attack as Moore collects here in this centre part. Ball goes wide but intercepted, and fantastic defending again by Gross, who goes wide to this right-hand side. But again, light intercepts, a lot of interception so far. Again, Lachlan just calms the place down into Moore. And again, strong defending by Majabi. As the ball goes long. 1-0 here at Curzon Ashton.
Yeah.
Ball goes in for a bit of a counter-attack here for Wembley. He's Gilardi to try and create something for the team. Holbridge is there. Into Kilcunnan, who tries to find one. The goalkeeper picks it up well. Good hands by Parson.
Excellently claimed there by Parson. Brave coming out of his goal. unchallenged, relatively unchallenged by the Wembley side as they look to push forward and claim an equaliser, although they need a bit more substance than that at the top end of the pitch.
Ball goes long into Pennell. A little bit of a target man for Manchester as Lopez tries to bring the ball down to play. Chaparro on that left-hand side for Wembley, trying to create something as men get back for Manchester. And the ball's recycled and played upon on this left-hand side for Wembley. The ball goes in into Giltari. Good save by the goalkeeper for Manchester. And Kilcullen still holds the pressure as the ball goes into the opportunity to potentially score for Wembley. Chaparro again being a nuisance in that box. And it remains 1-0. Great opportunity for Wembley.
Yeah, I think that was a fantastic save by Jake Parsons there. Yeah, I think that was a fantastic save by Jake Parsons there. First on the first opportunity. On the second one there, he was caught a bit off his line, but fantastic work by the recovering Manchester defence.
And again, a little bit of a squeaky opportunity there. Ball's had a go, and the ball's gone in. It's 1-1. Pedris for Wembley has equalised. And it's a sloppy goal to concede for Manchester as the ball comes in from a set play. And Pedris is there to capitalise. 1-1.
Yeah, it's come from that corner. Manchester, neither side could really get hold of the ball, and they're both scrapping about in the box. And it's fallen to, I think, Pedriz, and it's a scrappy strike past the keeper, but he couldn't keep it out. I think he got a hand to it, but yeah, 1-1 and all to play for now in this second half. It seemed to liven up a bit.
Absolutely, and it's Pedriz' goal that brings both teams level. Bit more of an exciting encounter this second half here as UCFB Manchester kick off. As the rain comes down here at Curzon Ashton.
Yeah, that's what they say. Just a reminder that Manchester will need to record a victory here to keep the Varsity tournament alive following the second team clash earlier today. We have the women's team kicking off. I think they've already kicked off, actually. They'll be 15 minutes into their game, which is also available to watch after this one. But we continue here as the rain shatters down on the Tameside Stadium. Yeah. Continue here as the rain shatters down on the Tameside Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. Still 1-1 here. You're joined by Christy Scanlon and Harry Dawson as the rain comes down here at Curzon Ashton. Surprising, really, considering how warm it was this morning. But typical Manchester weather for those watching at home. This is what normal weather's like here in Manchester. You have 5 different types of weather a day here. As the ball goes into more. Juby clears. And it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester on that far right-hand side. And it seems to be Lopez with the long throw. That is a bit of a tactic for Manchester. As the ball goes in. Ball bounces. More clears, or more blocks, sorry, for a Wembley throw-in on that far side. 1-1. So a bit of a change for Wembley during half-time. Fowler did come off for Niston, who's on the ball currently at the moment. As Samson regains the ball for Manchester. And he's back to the goalkeeper. Ball goes long into Pennell. Majubi with a strong head. Kieran Majubi. Here's Samson. Lopez. Here's Lai. Tries to find more. But it's safely into the goalkeeper's hands. Thoughts so far, Elliot?
It's the start we wanted. 2 goals, both teams scoring. Sloppy mistake from Manchester for the corner. but I'm sure they can bring it back and maybe get that equaliser in the tournament for the day so far.
Wembley play out from the back, trying to find an opportunity. Sense of calmness seems to be creeping into their play so far. Again, 2 goals, both from defenders during this tie. Questions the passages of play so far, especially servicing to the forwards. As Lake Bryan takes this throw in for Wembley. Lopez with the header. Holbridge is there. Samson tries to play. Ball away. Pennell tries to do something with that. Again, game's gone a little bit sloppy, but Lopez has the opportunity to try and get onto it here, and that's out of play. For sometimes you watch this game, you think there could be some passages of play on the floor, and then it seems to go along different phases. What do you think about that, Harry?
Yeah, well, it's just an interesting observation, really, isn't it? A lot of head tennis going on throughout the phases. It's been a pattern which UCFB Manchester have utilised a lot this season: long balls, long throw-ins, that kind of thing. So it's not too surprising from that perspective. But both teams seem to be fighting to play the same tactic.
Moore gives away a free kick on that far side. If you're just joining, it's 1-1 here at Curzon Ashton. Both goals coming in this second half interval. Trying to find the attacker for Wembley. Now here's Wembley with the attack, trying to create something. And that's a free kick for Wembley and a yellow card again for Palmer Dingle on that right-hand side. Thoughts?
Yeah, looked a strong challenge there from Dylan Palmer Dingle. Referee showed towards the end of the first half that he wasn't afraid to bring his cards out. He's doing so once again, I believe, for the third yellow card of the game so far. Wembley up their free kick just between the middle and attacking third for them.
As Wembley set up for a set play here towards this right-hand side, as the Hailstones now joins us here at Curzon Ashton. Like I said, you get many of your seasons here in Manchester. Ball comes in by Wembley. Goalkeeper comes off his line to punch. And potentially an opportunity to play, but there's a head injury and the refs pause the game. Blair down for Manchester, but it doesn't seem to be too serious as we reset to proceed. Substitution for Wembley.
Jack Patrick coming on here for the UCFB Manchester side. By the looks of it, it looks as though Mark Holdridge is being withdrawn.
Patrick comes on. Jack Patrick it is that comes on for Holdridge. Holdridge, again, very physical player, done a job there. Again, from that physical battle, might sense a bit of fatigue. Hence the tactical substitution from Wayne Goodison and Kevin Hodgson. As Lachlan clears to create an opportunity with Lopez. Tries to find Samson, but goes a little bit too far adrift. And Wembley attack down this left-hand side. Chaparro there on the ball now. Still Chaparro. The ball's opened. The play's opened up a little bit, and Patrick's there for his first interception of the game. Again, Chaparro seems a little bit of a threat for Wembley.
Mark going straight down the tunnel. There was an earlier tackle on him in the centre of the park. He might be a part of that. That's the reason he's come off for Jack Patrick. But Jack Patrick making himself known in the early stages of his time on the pitch.
Cheers, Jeff. Throw in for Wembley. To Lake Bryan. Kilcullen follows his run down this right-hand side. as Manchester try to defend. And Kilcullen does well to get the ball in. And Lachlan, the Northern Irish centre-back, is there to clear. And Wembley have a corner. We've seen a threat from those corners previously as the corner's taken short. Bit of an interception as Moore tries to close the ball down and wins it. And it's cleared. Juby collects. Whips one in. And Manchester can counter-attack with Lopez on the ball. Bit of a hard touch there by Samson. Into Patrick. Here's Lai. Back to Patrick. Woodhouse. Here's Lachlan, the goal scorer for Manchester. Samson with the heavy touch. As Giltaro tries to play. Unsuccessful. 50-50 challenge by Samson. And again, that is a Manchester ball.
I think that's a missed opportunity from Manchester there. The ball from TJ just wasn't quite good enough to get to Isaac in a good enough space to continue the counter. But retaining possession is a good thing for him, and they've needed to do that since Wembley got their goal.
Palmer plays it into Lopez on this right-hand side. And that's going to be a free kick for Manchester campus as it's 1-1 in this tight affair here at Curzon Ashton. The rain has stopped. And as Elliot, my co-host, says he can't make his mind up. Hopefully he's not interfering with play, Elliot. But hopefully we have a nicer, drier spell to the rest of this half. Thoughts on the game so far, Harry?
Yeah, well, I think in the opening, 20-25 minutes this second half, Manchester started the brighter.
Ball's gone in. Lock on this occasion.
That one is begging to end up in the back of the net.
And again, a missed opportunity through the set play. Missed opportunity, Harry.
Yeah, Woodhouse on the end, he's just got to get a better connection on that. But we haven't seen too much of that in this second half. Missed opportunity from the Manchester lot. Wembley have missed one or two. They've been the brighter spark in this second half. But Manchester just need to regain their foothold here. They seem to lose their way a little bit for the past 10 or 15 minutes, and they look like they're kind of regaining their place in the game with Patrick influencing things as he's come on.
Lost ball by Shorter as the ball goes into Thomas Moore. Juby collects as we have Gross down at the moment. Play continues as the ball goes into number 14, Giltaro. Giltardi has a go. Looked miles offside, but the ref plays on.
I think we're all in awe. We're all aghast, but that not being offside, I think the quite frankly the linesman's had a bit of a shocker there. But Wembley carry on and claim a corner.
So that was Gilardi and Ratimi linking up for Wembley. Do apologise. We do have some complicated last names on this side. As the ball goes in, more clears for Manchester. This ball's kept in play here. Wembley keep possession. Again, patient with play. Very physical there. Pressure. Ross takes the ball there and goes long for Wembley. Bit of an awkward one, that. The players regroup and the ball's out of play. Lopez. Blair tries to find Palmer Dingle down this right-hand side. Lopez is there, and it's a throw-in. Seems to me that the flow of play is lacking a little bit here, Elliot, in terms of the ball going out of play quite a lot. What are your thoughts on that?
I've just heard Kev shouting to the players to keep it on the ground, and they just don't seem. Neither team seems to be doing that really. It's becoming very scrappy. And I think if one team just gets it down and plays the stuff they know they can play, it could prove quite vital to potentially getting a win in this game.
Wembley attack here down into the left-hand side. They're trying to create something with it. Ball comes in, lies there to defend it for Manchester. Lopez is there again. Penal tries to play more in, but again, it's comfortable. He's gross on the ball for Wembley. Again, using his physical strength there as Patrick tries to intercept. Excellent ball into the forwards. 14 has a go. And that's Gilardi with a bit of a missed opportunity to try and create something there for Wembley, but couldn't really connect with the ball well.
Yeah, straightforward save again for Jake Parsison there. Gilardi with another effort at goal, but not particularly testing the keeper. UCF.
Penal's in here in terms of Manchester attack. It goes out wide. Again, strong tackle by Wembley. And the ref has given a free kick. Sorry to interrupt there, Harry. What are you saying?
No, I was just going to reference that Manchester on the attack, but incredible. It's been a very feisty encounter.
Lopez with the throw in. Flicked on into Moore into the danger zone. Ball gets out of play. Patrick with the header. Woodhouse is still there. The ball is cleared as Woodhouse is in a foot race and wins significantly well against Gilardi. Here's Lopez for Manchester as the ball gets played into Moore on this right-hand side. Ball goes across the Penal. Goalkeeper comes out to clear. Penal seems to be the target man here for Manchester. Again, good physical presence along with Moore up top. Reminds me of a Defoe combination as Lai goes up high.
It's a combination that's worked so well in the past games for UCFB, Wet Manchester, with 4 goals for each of them in the last game against Lancaster.
Absolutely, and it seems to be a combination that might pay off here as Wembley Kilcunnan's up into Isaac Lopez, who comes out to Blair on this right-hand side. Again, left to right in terms of trying to create something from both teams. And Blair kicks that one out. Again, another frustrating move from Manchester. Still 1-1 here if you are joining. Harry Dawson, Elliot, Clayton, and myself, Chrissy Scanlon, on this commentary. For those watching at home, we hope you are enjoying it. As Ped Rethis fouls on this one. It looks like Lachlan is lining up to take the free kick potentially. No, he's going into the box. And Lai will take this one with his left peg.
Yeah, Lai who took a knock earlier. I'd be interested to see if he takes this one at full capacity. He seemed quite harmed by that knock before, but he's carried on. 5 to 10 minutes on now. Yeah, I wonder what the plan is, because they're doing this with the 2 men on the 6-yard line again.
So Lai lines this one up. Again, bit of a tactical move from Lopez and Moore as the ball goes in. And again, goalkeeper collects. Again, it's interesting to see what the tactical move is with that one. Juby. Physical strength with Lopez. And again, that will be a blue ball down this right-hand side. Fantastic battle there as Lake Bryan looks to throw this one in. Joe Lai up as Lopez tries to counter here. Now it's a 2-on-3 situation if Moore gets the ball out wide. Gross has come over to defend. Moore whips one in. Goes out wide to Patrick again. Cannot seem to kind of get the ball under control, but uses his physical strength on this right-hand side. Patrick whips one in to try and find Samson. Unfortunately, Gordon collects yet again. Good move, Elliot.
Some positive stuff from Manchester. There were crowd shouting shoot when Harvey had the ball. I was expecting him to hit one there, but plays it out to Jack Patrick, and a good chance in the end.
Still 1-1 here at Curzon Ashton, here in Greater Manchester Townside, as the ball goes long into a blue shirt. Patrick up again. Little bit of a scrappy as Gross collects. Tries to play it out wide to Rotimi. Can he keep that in? No.
We've got Frey-Tewolde coming on in a minute. Do you think substitutes could be the key to winning this game?
Possibly so. Again, looking at the different substitutions made so far. And at this moment, Gross is down. He's been superb in my eyes from the centre-back position.
Wembley, 1.5 and one in there towards the Manchester.
So Palmer Dingle comes off for Manchester. Frey-Tewolde joins the right-hand side there. Yeah, bit of a tactical move. Yeah. Send that right. Yeah. A player that played up and down the first and second team here at UCFB Manchester. Be interesting to see what he does. I've actually got a funny story about Frey-Tewolde. And I took the second team. I asked him, and compare yourself to a Premier League player. Guess what his player was? Callum Hudson-Odoi. So let's see how he plays out in that respect, in terms of his capability to create something down that right-hand side.
Well, I'm sure Hudson-Odoi would have played right wing back for Chelsea at some point. So mirroring in a role in he's played in that respect, I'm sure.
Ball goes wide into Lai. Bit of a foot race with Kilcunnan. And the ball goes out for a goal kick to Wembley. 1-1 here at Curzon.
15 minutes to go.
Just have over 15 minutes to play. Kieran Majubi tries to find a forward for Wembley. Holding Moore. Moore keeps you straight quite well. Samson tries to whip one in. And that's just wide. To the right-hand side of our eye line. Bit of a missed opportunity there, Elliot.
Definitely. I feel like I think if Tom could have got away from his defender, who seemed to be holding on to him for dear life, it might have been a different story. But a good effort from TJ Samson, but unfortunately just over the bar.
Something that you might question as a player in terms of, do you go down? Do you stay on your feet? Obviously, we all want fair play, but seemed to be all over his shirt there, Majubi. Ref played on. And as Gross here on this far left-hand side tries to be clever with it. Frey-Tewolde knocks one in. Bit of a heavy touch, but got out of it quite well. Lake Brian on this right-hand side attack here with Kilcunnan as the ball gets played into Giltardi. Offside play here for Wembley as the crowds get involved. And an interesting one from a linesman's perspective. Obviously, we saw the previous one before that he played on with. No VAR. For some reason, we seem to be playing on quite well. But Blues whistle quite quick there, the referee.
Yeah. No comment on the linesman from my behalf. But UCFB Manchester with a goal kick now. It just feels like this game wants someone to grab it by the scruff of the neck and win it for the respective campus.
Ball goes long, and again, goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Seems to be that kind of game so far. Left to right, very physical ball in the air. Left to right, very physical ball in the air. We see glimpses of play, but not enough for a varsity game. This ball goes long again into Woodhouse with the header for Manchester. Here's Lake Brian on this right-hand side. Kieran Majubi creates the angle, and it goes out for a throw-in. Joe Lai with the header. Patrick is in there as the ball tries to get played into Gutaro or Gutari. Gilardi. Lake Brian. Interception. And Patrick has the ball here in the centre. Tries to play in for Atuodi. Doesn't seem to be successful within that. Now UCFB, Wembley trying to create something, but that ball's out of play. A little bit of tired legs potentially out there. As the score remains 1-1 here, as we kind of come into the latter stages of this game. Atuodi tries to break that one down. Another goal kick. It'd be interesting to see what the stats are in terms of goal kicks, long balls. Obviously, the analyst on the far-hand side, Conor McKillick, might be able to present that with us or for us after. It seems to be that kind of game, Elliot.
Yeah, it seems like a lack of ideas. Like the midfield is very congested, so it could be a sense of trying to get it long to open that space up, but nothing seems to be working for either team at the minute.
Ball goes long by Gordon. Patrick with the header. Moore tries to challenge. Up in the air again, and Lopez wins. Lachlan intercepts as the ball goes back to the goalkeeper for Manchester. Penal's there to try and create something and wins a throw-in. And the physical presence of Penal seems to be the target for Manchester as Wembley make a substitution. And it's Rotimi that comes off for Wembley. And Ceze comes on for the blue and red. Be interested to see how this one fares out. More legs up front. Interesting to see what Ceze does in terms of their attacking presence. But it's Manchester with the attack so far at the moment. Ball gets played into that box. Thomas Moore putting the pressure on the centre-back, and that is a bit of a bad challenge and could potentially see himself in the book, which is correct. Yellow card for Tom Moore.
Yeah, it looks as though Michael Renazi, I believe I'm saying that correctly, is readying himself to come on. He's having a chat with manager Kevin Hodgson over on the far side as we have a break in play. Wembley.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see how that one fares out in terms of potential substitutions going ahead. F. Loranzi seems to be potentially the next substitution in this game, as we have a bit of a breather and a bit of an interception and a bit of a pause. Last 10 minutes. I'd be interested to see what happens within. I'm Christy Scanlon, your host, along with Harry Dawson and Elliot Clayton. Elliot Clayton. A commentary team that was put together moments ago. All three of us have arrived at Curzon Ashton from UCFB, Manchester. None of us know any players, and we've been dragged in to commentate, but I think we've done all right so far. Would you agree, Harry?
Oh, I think we're holding it together, hopefully, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
Absolutely. As both teams pause for a drink at this interval. Majubi down for Wembley. As the rain stops, the sun comes out. And credit to Majubi, he's been fantastic there at the back with Gross. Very strong in terms of keeping Thomas Moore quiet. Our co-host Elliot has got flapjack out, so hopefully.
Got to try the Curzon Ashton cuisine.
What are your thoughts on that, by the way?
Very nice. Yeah. Cheap. Good. What more can you ask for?
As both teams come back out, it's a little bit like the COVID period in the Premier League, where there's a little bit of a break.
Yeah. We've seen in the break. We've seen Joe Lai be replaced by Mike Alethariadis. Pretty sure I've nailed.
Who's come off? So Joe Light, the left back, has come off for Eleferiadis on this left-hand side. Mike for short. But we'll try our best to commentate on his name along with everyone else. And again, like we've said, for those watching at home, we've been dragged into this co-commentary. So we're doing our best as a team to try and ensure that you have the best commentary during this varsity so far. For those that are new to joining, welcome. It's 1-1 here. It's 1-0 to Wembley overall. But as this game stands, it's 1-1. Lachlan for Manchester. And an equaliser by Pederithis from a set play. Put the scores level. We're about to proceed with Gordon. Looks like he's going long. How's the flapjack?
Very good. Very, very good.
Gordon goes long. Again, ball into play. Lopez is there again. Patrick tries to win the ball and commits a foul. Pederithis is down. And a potential opportunity for Wembley to create something. As Chaparro picks up the ball here on this right-hand side. It's going to be a right-footed outside swing of a free kick as blue jerseys enter the Manchester box. Chaparro plays it short into Kilcullen, which has been intercepted. Now, Thomas Moore has two ahead of him. It's 2-on-1, and he's tried to take on. Still has it, Cullen. Moore. Still has it, Moore. I do apologise. Got my names mixed up. But it doesn't seem to have gone.
It's
2 away.
It's another counter opportunity there where I think Manchester could have made more of it. They had one earlier with TJ and Isaac, but Wembley looking to produce an attack of their own here.
Gilardi on that right-hand side trying to create something. And Lachlan sees that one out. Woodhouse goes long. Into Penal. Tom tries to bring down Gross. And again, that's a fantastic battle here at the back in terms of Majubi and Thomas Moore. As Lake Bryan has the ball here. Tries to create a counter-attack as the ball goes into Thomas Moore. Holds the ball up well. Tries to find Sampson. And Majubi collects. And Wembley try and play here. Lake Bryan again. Kilcullen. Here's Cisse. Throw in for Wembley. Kilcullen picks up the ball. Lake Bryan into Kilcullen. Cisse whips one in. Again, that's away and intercepted now. Similar scenario. And again, Majubi is there again. Solid for him at the back. Fantastic footballer. As he tries to play and seems to have created some form of opportunity. And he's going to have a go. And he's won himself a corner. Oh, absolutely fantastic play by Majubi.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game, has Majubi, resting there with Tom Moore to win the ball back on halfway. And then he just carried on, and his effort was deflected before Jake passes and made the final save behind for yet another Wembley corner. And it looks like they're the ones more likely as we push on towards the final stages of this 90 minutes.
Chaparro for Wembley taking the corner. Majubi's up there along with his defensive counterparts. Cisse, the substitute, is in there as well. Ball comes in. Ricocheted by Moore, out by Lopez. As Gordon collects for Wembley to try and knock that ball back in to create a sustained attack. Woodhouse clears. Penal out to Mike Eferanzi into Moore, who's offside. Frustrating one. For both goes, a 1-1 draw is probably a fair result so far.
Yeah, I think ultimately Manchester campus are paying for missed chances at the moment from that first half. Second half, it started off like that, and you can't really disagree with the draw as we edge closer to penalties.
Gordon kicks that one out as Frey Twundy sees that one out. The ball's on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Who's right back?
Right.
Right back.
Well, right wing back.
Penal now. Again, Majubi's there again and wins a free kick. And this is time for us to select our man of the match of the game. Anyone in particular, Elliot?
I think we've got to go with Majuba. I think he's been a rock at the back. Not at fault for the goal. I think he's every challenge he's put in, won the ball, kept Tom Moore quiet. I think he's got to be the man of the match for me.
We'll proceed with Harder. Back into Samson. Good move by Lopez, but Majubi's there again. Has lost the ball into Thomas Moore. And Moore has a go and hits the post. Unlike Majubi to let that one go. And Moore hits the post. And an opportunity missed by the clinical striker.
Just as we were singing Majubi's praises, he then has potentially cost his team the game there. Incredible pressing from Tom Moore to be still going so late on in the game, and he's picked the pocket of the defender. How on earth he has not converted that chance? Only he will be wondering.
And Patrick has the ball. Bit of a clever skill there by Lopez as the ball comes out wide to the left back for Manchester UCFB. And the ref gives a free kick to Manchester. Last opportunity for UCFB to create something from the Manchester perspective. 1-1 here. Patrick lines this one up. Potentially for a strike and goal, but we'll have to wait and see. And it does look like Patrick will have a strike at goal. Oh, Patrick plays shorts into Moore. Bit of a clever one. Back out to Patrick, who does have a go. And that's high, wide, and not at all handsome. As the ref calls for a football. Still tight here, 1-1. Thought personally that he was going to go for the strike, but a clever move by Moore into that space.
Hopefully the man whose car it hit has car insurance.
And Elliot.
Incisive as ever.
Decisive as ever, yeah. We got made of substitution. Just come on there.
The guy in the skin.
Yeah. Gilardi. So Gilardi's back on for. Rotimi's back on for Wembley as they make a change. And it looks like there's going to be another substitution as well for Manchester. Again, just looking at our notes here, looks like there's roll-on, roll-off subs as Samson seems to have been coming off.
And alongside Eleftheriadis.
Eleftheriadis has had a run and has come back off. Lai's come back on. Maybe potentially preparing for penalty kicks. I'm not sure. There might be another opportunity here as Manchester try and create an opportunity. Here's Pennell. He passes it out wide to Lai. Oh, Lai miss kicks. And Kilcudden capitalises on this right-hand side as the ball goes into Gilardi. Can he create something? Does knock one in. Ratami couldn't be found and the ball goes out for a throw in. A little bit of a missed kick there by Lai. I'm sure one that was recovered to some extent as Manchester try and play out from the back and go along with Woodhouse. And there we have it, full time. 1-1 here in Tameside. Both teams have intercepted each other very well. Missed opportunities both end. A goal by Lachlan put UCFB 1-0 up, or UCFB Manchester 1-0 up in the first half, in the second half, and an equaliser by Pedrithis by a set play down his right hand side made it square in the tie. Penalty kicks, it looks like potentially, or extra time. We'll have to wait and see what the ref says on that one. However, it's 1-1 here, and looks like some more drama, some excitement.
Well, yeah. What more could you wish for? I mean, I suppose the game could have contained a bit more excitement, a few more goals, but the drama continues with another penalty shootout, the same as last year. I'm sure there'll be some incredible scenes, particularly if the Manchester side go on to record victory. But we'll wait and see. The teams are in their huddles now and building up towards their penalty kicks.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see who takes these penalty kicks as both teams set up. Okay. I'm sure for all those of you watching at home, this is where the drama continues on this live stream, as it looks like fans will get behind that goal on the left-hand side. Penalty kicks it is. So fans make their way to this left-hand side here at Curzon Ashton, potentially where the penalty kicks are going to be taking place. The ref has called both captains in, Thomas Moore and Kieran Madubi, to the centre to potentially find out who's taking the first spot kick. A fantastic episode of football so far, and one that's only going to give us more excitement here at Curzon Ashton, as Wembley and Manchester, both first teams, have penalty shootouts to decide who will win this one. As it stands overall, Wembley are 1-0 up. So it'll be an interesting one to see how this one fares out.
That's his son, isn't it? First name, Jake.
Okay, so Parson and Gordon join the goalkeeping side there, as both teams align in the centre circle, ready for this exciting event. Parson, ex-Cheltenham goalkeeper. Sets up for a classic interval of penalty kicks as the fans and students of the UCFB cohorts across Manchester go behind the goal for some exciting entertainment. Thoughts on this one, Harry?
Very exciting. Tensions building. We can see people crowding up behind the goal now. Just waiting in excitement for these penalties to unfold. But it looked.
So Thomas Moore takes the ball. It's going to be Manchester that steps up first. Gordon in goal for Wembley. It's going to be the captain, Thomas Moore, who stands up. And scores. A close affair there with Gordon. He's got his body underneath it, but goes in.
Heart and mouth moment there for Tom Moore. I'm sure as the keeper got a hand to it, but just could not keep it out of the net.
Rotamy steps up for London's Wembley campus. A player that got substituted and brought back on potentially for this penalty shootouts. As the goalkeeper, Parsons, eyes up Rotimi for this penalty kick. The second penalty of this tie. And Rotimi scores. 1-1. Penal steps up for UCFB for their second kick, the Manchester campus. Strong forward. He's been significant in this tie. Up against Gordon with his left foot. And scores just about. Again, parried away. Potentially by Gordon, but that one trickles in as the crowd gets heated at the back between both sides.
It remains to be seen who will have the last laugh, but at this stage, Will Pennell's penalty has Manchester 2-1 in front.
2-1 at the break as the fourth penalty kick of this series continues. It's Kieran Majubi for UCFB Wembley, a solid figure at the back who's had a fantastic game, and the captain of Wembley, who lines this one up and misses. And it's Jake Parsons who saves that one. And it's unlike Majubi, who's been fantastic in this fixture, who misses. And it's advantage Manchester.
It's an absolutely incredible save by Jake Parsons to his left-hand side there. It's at a good height, but he's got to make that save. And he's done it with great aplomb. Dylan Palmer-Dingle up next.
Dylan Palmer-Dingle to give advantage to Manchester as he sets this one up. The right back, as the crowd behind try and put him off from a London perspective. Palmer-Dingle misses. And Gordon saves that one down to his left. And the score could be tied if this one's put away. And it's Alvaro Chaparro for Wembley. And it's still advantage Manchester here.
And it's Jake Parsons has won the mind games there, stayed rooted to the spot in the middle of the goal, and he's kept out the penalty, and managed to retain their advantage halfway through the shootout now.
Lopez for Manchester steps up. Solid figure in this midfield for Manchester. Scores. Cool, calm and collected by Lopez. And really, from a Wembley perspective, it's a must score, this next one.
Yeah, I think are we 3-1 after, and this is the fourth. So I think, yeah, number 11.
So it's Cisse that comes on as a substitute to take this penalty. And scores to give some hope for Wembley campus. And it's Patrick that steps up for Manchester to try and seal this one. Gordon stands straight in his goal. Patrick walks up as the crowd gets loud behind the goal to try and give some form of encouragement / discouragement behind that goal from both sets of supporters. Patrick steady with his step. And scores! And it's Manchester that win the Clash of the Titans. It went down to a penalty shootout. Well, it's the cool, collected nature of Manchester that win this tie at home. And they go and celebrate with their home fans. And it's 1-1 overall. What are your thoughts, Harry?
Very, very professional penalty, that last one from Jack Patrick. Cool, calm, collected, slotted it in the bottom corner. I think that's probably the best penalty of the lot. And what a win for Manchester. They probably would have wished they'd put that game to bed after at half time. But a fantastic result to get that one over the line and keep this varsity competition alive this year.
So there you have it, guys. For those watching on the stream, it's taken a penalty shootout. But Manchester have won this tie here at Curzon Ashton. And overall, it's 1-1. A tight affair, which brought drama, physical battles, long balls, different types of weather. Over. What are your thoughts of the game overall?
Listen, I think Manchester had the better share of chances in the first half, but overall the quality of play, I don't think either team really shaded it. I think it was pretty even, and so the 1-1 scoreline was arguably a fair result at the end of it. And listen, penalties are a lottery at the end of the day. A very cliche statement, but it's true. And UCFB Manchester have maybe got a slight rub of the green with some of those saves, but their penalties have pulled them through here.
Those are the thoughts of Harry Dawson. I'm Christy Scanlon. Thank you for watching this stream. As mentioned, we were thrown into the deep end, but we've tried our best to create an exciting coverage here in Tameside. It's all over to the women's game now to find out who the overall winners will be. But for this spectacle, the clash of the Titans, both first team, it's advantage Manchester, and it's a tie overall. Thank you for those listening, and see you soon.
Swap this laptop over. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I don't know why it looks so good to start with on this one.
Yeah,
The screen was really high quality and it's just,
yeah. These guys gonna go and do it.
they're going to go and hopefully bring some people over, yeah. So, I don't know, can you get an angle back to there or is that a bit awkward?
No, it's fine for me. It's alright. I can get pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah. If you want to do that, it'll be easier rather than you moving the camera.
I mean, to be perfectly honest,
Change the lens and roll that.
I just think it's so.
Yeah,
Right for them.
it just means like moving all everything
Yeah.
is the only thing. You have to move this, you have to move that.
Yeah.
Might be easier to do it from up here, it's up to you. Women's game is looking very good there. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like that one's like super crisp, high quality.
Yeah,
And this one's just like, that's actually not too bad right now.
yeah, it could be the camera, to be fair.
I mean, to be fair, that is a better camera, but
Yeah.
it looks to be internet issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just for the interview, just to make it simplified, just keep it on this.
All right,
It's
sweet.
easier. They can let you know when they're ready. We're getting audio through from them at the moment. I'm not. I don't think they are. I've got the mic off at the minute.
Yeah, anywhere from there is fine now.
I don't know where the rest are. You just come to the side there.
You picked a few out, have you?
Yeah. I don't know where the lads are, but it looks like are we live? Yeah, we good? Yeah. Okay, so Kev just face his camera here. Okay, Kev. So yeah. So Kev, obviously a win overall. How did you find the encounter?
Yeah, I thought it was an even game throughout. We had a couple of chances. In terms of the stats, I think we had a little bit more possession than they did first and second half, but they were hitting us on the counter. So overall, I think a draw in 90 minutes was a fair result.
And how did you find it in terms of the conditions? Obviously, raining 1 minute, sunny 1 minute, physical battles in the middle. How did you find that
Yeah,
overall?
listen, we always say to our players, no matter what the weather's like, before you earn the right to play, you've got to win the battle. So we said, be competitive, make sure you're tight to players, and be physical throughout. And I think both teams were physical, and it was a good encounter.
How did you find Wembley in terms of their setup?
Yeah, it looks very, very similar to us. I had a good chat with the coach beforehand. You know, he's got a good group of players there. I think they finished third in their league. We finished third in ours. So I think we're very, very evenly matched. You know, and you know, last year we were on the losing end of penalties, and this year we were on the winning end. So it was good positive for the lads.
That was going to be something I was going to ask you in terms of that element last season. How do you feel after seeing those penalties go in and the win?
Listen,
obviously the crowd as well played a part.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. We haven't won a penalty shootout. That's our first one we've won. And Jake, the goalie, he's been on the receiving end of a little bit of stick from me over the last couple of weeks because of his concentration and his levels. But you know, he's won us the game today with them penalty saves. So I'm pleased for Jake, and I'm also pleased for the lads.
What did you say to the lads after the game?
I just said, listen, you've got to be in it to win it, and you stayed in the game, and you know, and that's all we can ask of you. So enjoy today, and you deserved it. So well done.
Excellent, Kev.
Cheers,
Enjoy the win.
Cheers, mate.
Top man. Cheers. We'll bring the lads over, for another interview. See, that's Kev Hodgson, the UCFB Manchester's first team. How we doing? We okay? Yeah. Sound? Big man. Okay, so if you just kind of face this way, So winning penalty, how did that feel?
Oh, excellent. Just from last year getting beat on pens on the last penalty as well. It was nice to take it and win. Yeah. Obviously, with a lot of home fans, we didn't bring many last year, and to put it in that end and that corner, which I wanted, and thought it was a good penalty as well.
What was your thinking at the start of the game? Obviously, come on as a sub. Obviously, seeing yourself scoring the winning penalty. How did you mix emotions in that case?
Yeah, obviously, I'm in the change room thinking I'm not starting, but I still want to impact on the game. I'm still buzzing with the boys in the start, getting them hyped up for it, encouraging the midfield because obviously that's my position. And then when I came on, I was like, I need to make an impact. And I didn't think I put a foot wrong. Vocal, even from like these lads who were excellent right from the end. We were under the caution in the last 10 minutes, but to score the winning penalty coming off the bench, I can't ask for much more.
Jake, we'll come to you in a moment. I'm going to ask the big Irish centre back, how did you feel after scoring that goal? I said in commentary, the most unlikely person to score was yourself.
Really?
But you were there. How did you feel?
Oh, well, obviously I'm a centre half, so I didn't score many, but this season I got 4 already. But no, this is my first year at Varsity, and I've heard all about it from the lads the whole year. They were saying, oh, we got beat by Wembley, we had to get revenge this year. Just brilliant to score. Brilliant to score, put us 1-0 up. Brilliant to celebrate in front of them as well, so no, it's
disappointed to concede that one in terms of the set play.
Yeah, we were a bit sloppy in the box, just ball came in from behind, we were late to react, and that's what happens in the penalty box, but in the right areas, they'll finish. They're clinical, Wembley, they're a good side, very good side, and they're very, very clinical in the box there, fair play to them, but we just should have cleared it.
What physical game did you find that overall?
Yeah, physical everywhere in the pitch, but I think we done very well. I think we maybe he got a bit. We got the upper hand in physicality, I think, especially up front. Will Pennell and Tom. Tom Murden very well against their strong centre halves, but no, I think we done well ever today in the pitch.
Jake, I'll come to you in terms of obviously going into that penalty shootout. What's your thoughts and what was the conversation maybe you had with the analyst staff just going into that dramatic ending?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it did a bit of training yesterday on pens, but it's one of those old cliches. You can't really practice pens, but yeah, you know, sort of coming in to UCFB, I've never lost a penalty shootout. I've came in, I've lost the last couple, so it feels good to finally get one. It feels good to finally get one. Yeah.
What's your emotions like going into that? Obviously, with the crowd, I actually seen the Wembley crowd doing the Poznan at one point, so obviously that was there to try and put you off. How do you feel going into that? Obviously, with the big crowd and the pressure behind you.
Yeah, I think, you know, to be fair, I think with the crowd, it sort of adds a bit more pressure onto these lads. So I think it's just down to me just to sort of keep my cool and pick the right way, make the saves.
Okay. What's the plan for tonight, lads? To enjoy celebration?
No idea yet.
No idea, but I'm sure you'll come up with some plan. Lads, I just want to thank you for speaking and obviously enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, lads. Ah, sweet, nice one. Yeah, that's fine. From a Wembley perspective, yeah. Ready to go?
You got camera? Is it camera or just audio?
Camera.
So you got camera there, but I'm looking at you.
Maybe you can do both.
I'm looking in.